I met a gypsy.
What do you make of AC's retirement?
Man, he was so good.
It's
he
rough,
is so
eh?
good. He is so good. I raced him. I guess one of my biggest memories of Adam is 2019.
Yep.
Because I got a fill in Supercross at Geico.
That was the Geico fill-in, right?
And I was West Coast with him. And I remember, I rode every time qualifying with him. I rode heat races, mains, all of that. And I remember, like, he's just so good. And I was like, holy crap. Like, he was kind of like, I like, how could I be closer to him, you know? Oh, excuse me. And yeah, he's had such a cool career, as in, like, keeps coming back, you know? It hasn't gone the way that maybe I guess what everyone else decided it was going to go, because he was so exceptional as an amateur. He shouldn't even be beaten. But
well, and he was exceptional as a pro until he got hurt.
Yeah, and I mean,
like, he beat Blake Baggett in his first Supercross race, bro.
Yeah, like and also not even just until he got hurt, because he is exceptional on 250. But think about, he won, let's just say 95% of races from when he was on a 65 until he turned pro, and then to get beat. Or, you know, he got hurt and then got beat multiple times. He got sick in outdoors his very first year when he came on. He was sick. And to be able to take that and when all you've ever done your whole life is win, that's so impressive. And even, you know, when he once he started winning on 250s, he could win every year. And then it gets forgotten about too. He got on a 450 and went to Monster Cup, and he won Monster Cup. He is the defending Monster Cup champion. And we always talk about this all the time. He is the defending Monster Cup champion.
He should just run a number one
forever.
plate every day at the Cowie track and be like, it's my Monster Black. Yeah. It's my Monster Cup Black.
But then his first Supercross race at Anaheim 1, he was looking to win that race, you know? And what was he? Fastest qualifier 7 times in a row.
Yep.
And he's multiple 450 podiums. His first outdoor season, he fought Osborne, till the last moto at Paula, or at Fox Raceway, to an outdoor championship his rookie year. Like, he was, I think if you could look at Loretta's, the mud race where he crashed and bent his bars down.
That's the championship right there.
That's, which he didn't win it, you know what I mean? But still, like, there's so many overlooked things. And what's been cool too is to see, I guess, from a closer,
like a personal
level, what he's dealt with the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years maybe, and still kept going, still comes to the track and rides, still shows up at the races and races. And like this year, he's gotten 12th, 13th a lot of times. And man, he's got way more.
He's better than that.
If certain circumstances don't hold him back because of his health, he's so fast. Like, still a couple weeks ago, I'm just like, man, he is. And for him, he knows that way better than I do, even what he really is capable of. But drops the ego, comes, does his job as best as he can. And so, like, there's so many things about him that are really respectable that I'm stoked that I've been able to become friends with him and get to know him, you know, on a more personal level. But I think whatever he does do next, he's going to be great at it again.
Yeah.
And even that kind of goes back to what we started on about, you know, his next goals are going to be the best, or the best that he can at whatever it is that he chooses to do next.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he had very impressive.
It's pretty spot on to say that he shouldn't have been able to deal with adversity the way that he did. Like, he did not spend his life training to deal with adversity. He spent his life winning.
Exactly. And that's
that is pretty wild.
And it's so cool that, like, at a young, like, when he turned pro, was he 16, I think?
Too young.
So maybe by the time he was 17 and 18, he was dealing with the pressures of, you know, winning at the highest level of racing, and then not winning. And when that's expected from companies, from, people that he's looked up to his whole life, his bosses, and to be able to push through that and to pick yourself back up and believe in yourself, that's really commendable.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's not forget it too about the chain in Vegas for the Supercross title on the 250.
When he
Was that he had the crash, but his like chain came off or something in that one, didn't
his
it?
bars bent.
Was it his bars bent?
Yeah, his bars bent.
Yeah,
And that was a huge night for me too. That was such a memorable night for me because my best result up to that night was 6th place. I had never gotten even in the top 5. And I was in second behind Ferrandis, and Adam was right behind me and right on me. And we were quite a ways in, and I heard the crowd go wild. And I thought to myself, oh, Ferrandis like fell over or something. I was like, I'm going to be leading this thing. And whatever, that didn't happen. 3 laps later, I came into Monster Alley, and I passed Adam, and he was rolling with his bars bent down. But he didn't pull off. He was going to finish, and I was like, I can't believe this. Couldn't believe it. And I ended up getting 3rd that night. So my first podium ever. That was a huge night for me. And then I remember when I rewatched it and they went over to the truck and he took an interview. That is like, that takes a lot.
That was a good interview too.
Yeah. That was straight from the heart. It was real. It was on the spot. And that was cool. Like that. I'm sure that made a ton of Adam Cianciarulo fans.
Yeah.
So stuff like that he's done is really respectable.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.